Okay, so we're back, episode 2. Just in the car actually, on the way to Alton Towers. It's the biggest event of the year for the North team. I think there's about 5,000 runners entered, plus spectators, so it's in the region of 8,000 people, which is pretty amazing. There's a 5k and a half marathon on the Saturday, and then there's a 10k and a kids race on the Sunday. And then basically all the runners and spectators get access to the park afterwards, and all the rides are open, but there's no public there, so no queues, which is pretty amazing. Late October into early November is actually our busiest time of year. 2 weekends ago we had Chester Zoo, went amazingly well. We had about 2,000 runners. It's a 10k that goes through the zoo and then around on some country lanes. Really fast course actually, great course. So that was an excellent event, really enjoyed that. And then the weekend after, which is now last weekend, we had RunThrough. And so we did a 10k and a half marathon, about 1,500 runners I think over both distances. Went really well, kind of challenging conditions, but yeah, huge success, really good event again. And then this week we've been straight into the Alton Towers setup. So alongside those busy couple of weeks of work, I've also been coming into some of the most intense periods of the training for Valencia. Had a fairly big weekend, so did the 16-mile session on Sunday with the 2 4-mile blocks of marathon pace, which felt quite good. And then Monday actually went down to Surrey to meet up with some of the RunThrough team down there. Met up with Johnny and Jess, and we went to Recce, the first half of a new ultra. And it follows a circular 62-kilometre path called the Fox Way, which basically circumnavigates Guildford. And the previous race organiser has done both a clockwise direction race and a counterclockwise. When we put the race on for the first time, which is going to be May 2023, we're going to go clockwise. It starts and finishes in Godalming in Surrey, and like I said, it circumnavigates Guildford, passes through a load of different terrain and different landscapes. There's heathland, woodland, there's canals, there's rivers, there's some short road sections on like kind of country lanes. Really cool, very British. I was expecting to be a bit more tired on Monday night and actually felt really good. So recovered well from that. Nice easy miles on Tuesday, loaded the vans ready for Alton Towers, and then yesterday had kind of probably my biggest marathon session to date and definitely my biggest session this week. So I had 6 by 3k at marathon pace off 1k float, and the floats were 30 seconds per kilometre slower than the reps. I took on 2 gels during the session as well, just to see how they sat in my stomach when I'm running at race pace, and had no issues at all, which is great. I've been using the GU Roctane gels. They just work really well for me. High sodium, high caffeine, just standard multidextrin gels. They're actually really good. So yeah, they've been working well. It was supposed to feel like an 8 or 9 out of 10 in terms of perceived effort. And what Lewis had said is that won't be from the intensity, that'll just be from the volume. Obviously having the miles in my legs from Sunday and Monday, so running almost 40 miles over the weekend, and then came into yesterday not sure how it would feel, and just felt great. Felt so good. Like, it's when you start getting that tingly nervous feeling during the workout where you're like, you know this should feel a lot more difficult, but it feels good, and you're pushing pace in a session faster than you will in the race, which usually, like I said, you're that 5 to 10 seconds a mile outside of race pace. Yeah, big confidence boost. I finished that session just on such a high, felt great. Next big run is 23 miles on Monday, which is just easy, time on feet, and then back into some sessions next week, and yeah, we're nearly there. So yeah, next time I speak to you guys, it'll be next week, post Alton Towers. I'm going to go smash this 10 miles and then going to go and set up for the race this weekend. And I will speak to you soon. I'll see you next week.